Welcome back to the 4ForAll podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of 4ForAll. And tonight I have Alex with me, Becca with me, and Margie with me. And like I said, we are 4ForAll, and we welcome you and thank you for listening to our podcast, in which we talk about general everyday bullshit and all the way from any topic we just start yapping about to the serious side of gripes and complaints. And sometimes we even hit on the conspiracy stuff. So thank you for joining. We hope you like it and please listen in.
Yeah, you're going to have a really good time. You guys are going to love it. And if you don't,
Don't tell
then I
anybody.
guess don't tell anybody.
But if you do, please pass it on to your friends that you heard a great, great podcast. And we are looking for your support. So give us a thumbs up, like it, do whatever you have to do to leave us a comment, whatever. We may or may not answer them right now because we don't really have a feedback loop. We're just getting used to this. So
Yeah, I think at some point, at some point, it would probably be a good idea to just go ahead and like introduce, audience and just ask questions to the audience once we kind of have a little bit more of a fan base. If that day ever comes, who knows if it's going to happen,
all
but
right.
we can just keep pushing towards that because that's the goal.
Yeah, definitely. And maybe even hook up one of our phones to the old mixer board here and kind of take some calls from guests out in the field.
Yeah, that would be pretty good. I think, you know what, we probably could, I'll have to look into this a little bit, see how some other podcasts are doing it. But I think like Discord would probably be a good one. We could probably introduce some people on a Discord and,
Right.
just have people kind of start tuning in. If you hear the clicking in the background, it's Becca's dog. He's an idiot
He's out of his
and
mind
he's
right now.
staring at us right now. And
He might bark.
he wants us to play with him. So what are you doing? This is where I wish we were recording. Like we had a video.
Yeah, we had video. It's great.
He's just a damn doofus. He's so doofy.
But,
You gotta love dogs.
But
gotta love dogs.
say hello, everybody. Me and Alex seem to be the only ones talking. So, Margie, why don't you say hello to everybody?
Hello, everyone. How's it going?
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
I am Russian.
I am Rashid. My name is Natasha.
And Becca, what about you? How you been?
Been okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not too shabby.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. How's the weather?
It's pretty
Yeah.
crappy.
Is it?
Yeah.
It depends on whether you like rain or not.
Right?
I personally like rain, so I think it's pretty good.
You were just
It's a
cursing it out because it
beautiful-
messed
Yeah,
up
but
your
it's
grill.
because I want to cook. It's not good for that,
Yeah.
but otherwise I like it.
You
It's
didn't
pretty
even know
nice.
it was raining today. You missed it.
Well, I was working out. Sorry. I
maybe
didn't
you
miss it.
shouldn't
I
work
saw
out.
it. Here's the problem with okay, we're going to speak on the weather a little bit right now. So, what really bothers me with the weather
What's
is
that?
I love rain and
Right.
rain, snow, whatever. Anything besides just plain old 95 degrees Fahrenheit outside.
Right.
But it always seems like it wants to like rain when I'm trying to do something. When I need to cook, when I need to do something on the computer. And that doesn't sound like a big deal, but every time the damn power goes out, every time it never fails. And then sure enough, luckily, knock on wood, I haven't had any issues with, damage to my computer or anything
Right.
like that.
Power surge. Yeah.
Luckily, but I do have a surge protector,
Right.
but I swear it never fails. Every time I'm on the damn computer, the power goes out. And it's when I'm doing something really important, and it goes out. And it
I kind of understand that because like we were getting ready to come over here, and when we looked outside, I mean it was just quiet rain, but it was coming down, dude.
yeah.
It was coming down, and yeah, it was just like okay, well here we go. It's a good
Well,
thing
and
we don't
it's-
melt.
Uh, well, it
I was sound asleep. I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
It was
must be nice.
Right.
like-
Well, and it's so funny because the one time I finally decide to turn off my computer, just as a precaution, the one time and the fucking power doesn't go out. I'm like, oh shit, here comes because it was hitting loud, huh?
It was
was
It
coming
was
down.
loud. I had headphones on and I heard, I was working out with headphones on
right.
and I still heard the thunder because it was shaking the damn floor. So I'm like, oh
Wow.
shit, well, I better go turn off my computer because I was
Yeah.
downloading something. Turn off the damn computer and unplug it from the wall just to be safe. Nothing. Nothing.
We got a couple loud ones, but
Not
that was
that
it. It
not
was
that
off in the
loud.
distance. They
No.
were over here trying to
Oh,
It
yeah.
was
strike you.
coming down.
Yeah.
I know, yeah, I was over here. It's like, I'm just gonna fuck with him.
Yeah,
What? You
yeah.
guys see you wanna see something funny?
Get on the south side of Santa Fe and I'm gonna fuck with your much. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I say we
But
talk about the weekly gripes.
weekly
The
gripes.
weekly
Dum,
gripes.
dum,
Bum bum bum.
dum. Weekly gripes.
Weekly.
So we do this every week. Something that may or may not be a weekly basis, but every time we get together on our podcast, we definitely have weekly gripes.
Yeah, we got to do it.
So it's something that is going to be part of our show. And we'll lead off with our chief griper
Yeah,
today.
because she said she had a major
right?
gripe, so we need to hear what
She's
it is.
having like major
Oh,
gripes.
you
So
guys want to hear my gripe?
lack
huh?
of enthusiasm on the podcast kind of thing.
Okay, you want to hear my gripe?
Yeah.
So UPS calls me today. First of all, it's our last episode was about a wedding dress, right? Getting returned.
Well, I don't know. So
Yeah.
just to
so
give a
you're
little
gonna have to,
backstory, real quick. We had recorded an episode, but we didn't like it. So,
yeah,
and I don't even
it's-
remember what was on that episode, but
It was
most of it was
scrapped.
coronavirus. So we just
Yeah,
scrapped it
we
because
just
our
scrapped
first episode was mostly coronavirus. So we said, you know what? There's enough corona
Coronavirus
going
in the
around.
world. Yeah, we
So
don't need it.
they may not have heard about this story. So go
Okay.
ahead and recap on it.
So, okay, just to recap. So I got a dress from Amazon. Didn't fit right, so I was sending it back. So I get a call today from UPS that it was returned back to me. So how do you like that?
No.
So I
Oh,
paid.
oh,
I
Look at that
paid.
grade. Wait. You got to back up a
I
little bit.
paid to return it to the what is it? Second party, third party,
Third
whatever.
party,
Third
right?
party
Yeah.
seller.
So
They-
third party seller she bought the dress from. We went and initially the address they gave us for return was in like Pengtao Ping Pao,
Oh,
China. And it was like $270 shipping that we
man.
would have.
Oh,
Oh,
so
paid.
you did do it?
no.
No,
you didn't
so
do
we
it?
didn't
No.
do it. So
I
she
called.
got on the phone, bitched about that, complained, as I
No.
like to call it, constructive bitching. And she got them to give her a US address. So we went in and we did that. And it was a $19 fee, which is reasonable to ship something
Yeah.
UPS. Now it went off to the address that they sent us. The third party said, hey, ship it here. They marked it up with like a million tags of return to sender, no such address, and
No
mailed
such-
it
God.
back
no such
and
address.
sent
Yes.
it back to Margie.
And they
And then-
and so UPS
Wow.
calls me this morning and says, I have a package here for you that was returned to you.
Oh no.
And so I'm like, what size of package? He goes, well, I think it looks like the wedding dress that
First
you
of all, I
were
have to say
sending.
that's what she said.
Oh man, that sucks. I know how. I
So-
got a package for you. What size is the package? Oh, you about to find out.
So we go down to you. Well, I called Amazon and he says, okay, well, we can send you a label. Well, it turns out the label he sends me is like the last label that I would have to pay again to have it sent to
Wow.
To return it, right?
return it again.
Right.
Wow.
So I don't know. I guess
So, needless to say, at UPS, she was on the phone with Amazon just chewing some butt. And then they finally said, oh, well, it's going to take 24 hours. We'll send you another label. No cost to you, you know. But if you would have paid for it, we would have refunded you the shipping costs. So, me and Margie look at each other and we're like, well, how come you didn't refund the original shipping charges that we paid
Yeah.
that you sent it back to us anyway? We're tired of playing dress tag with Amazon.
yeah, I told him, I said,
Yeah.
all I want to do is return this dress.
Yep.
I'm sick of
Oh.
it.
Well, and I'll tell you,
I'm
like
sick
Amazon.
of it coming back to me.
Yeah.
And so the lady's like, oh, Joe, your name again? I don't know how many times I told her my name, but I don't know if she got that that straight.
Yeah.
So we'll see this second time around. So they're supposed to give me
The
a
third
full
time around now.
yeah, fourth time,
Yep.
actually, fourth time
Fourth
around.
time around.
So let's see if
Damn.
they give me a refund on that.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous, man.
So
So
that's
from
a
now
pretty good
on,
gripe. Yeah.
lesson learned, I will make sure that there's not a third party involved.
Well, and this is what I told Becca recently because I'm like, if
Mhm.
it's a third party, man, Amazon's cool, but in some aspects, it's almost worse than eBay because eBay. The thing is with Amazon, like if you purchase something directly from Amazon, from one of their warehouses, it's awesome. You get it. If you need to return it, it's pretty simple. Typically,
Yeah.
you can return it without any issues.
Yeah.
However, third party, it's even worse than eBay. And because eBay has like seller protection, and the thing is, or buyer protection, I should say, like eBay's not very good if you're a seller. I'll be honest with you. They kind of screw the sellers, but they back the buyers to, no end. Amazon is like, they're almost like the complete opposite. It's like if you need to do something with a third party, they're like, well, I guess it's between you and them. And
Let
then
me give you
you
their number.
yeah, literally. And then they literally take no accountability whatsoever.
Right.
So now it's between you and the third party, and you just have to hope that the third party is trying to keep their reputation high enough to, if not, if it's
Yeah.
one of those third parties that just doesn't give a shit, then you're screwed.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, Amazon does worry about the rating that you give them because when I commented on their customer service and stuff, they were
Yeah.
like, they sent me something right away and they're like, well, what can we do for you?
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, I don't think it's
Yeah.
necessarily Amazon. It's the individual that you're dealing with on the
Right.
phone
Right.
because I've heard some stories of people that work for Amazon, and man,
Mm.
you do one thing wrong and they'll fire you on the spot. There's no remorse
Zero
for
tolerance.
yeah, they're just
Yeah.
like, "Oh well,
You piss that person off, fuck
mhm,
you, go home.
exactly, because they know they'll find somebody else to
Oh
replace
yeah.
you. They have no
Yeah.
it's even worse than Walmart because at least Walmart, you got to find somebody who the thing is with local retailers, they're dealing with people typically face to face. So you have to
Yeah.
find somebody who's somewhat reputable and can deal with, interactions, personable interactions. On Amazon,
Yeah.
they're never going to see a person besides the other person in the warehouse typically. Or if
Yeah.
it's a call center,
Right.
then it's whoever else is in the call center. So it's like they'll
Yeah.
find somebody else, no problem, you know?
But at least they're willing to give you a refund, quickly.
Mm.
Well, we'll see.
That
So we'll
depends too.
see.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
that
Yeah.
depends too, because me and Becca went through some shit trying to get a refund from Amazon, and we finally gave up. We never got it. We never got it. The story of
Uh,
this, I'll go ahead and tell you guys the story of this.
I wish you would have emailed them. That might have been the kicker.
Even then, it's like how long do we have to fight for a damn refund? So here's the story, basically. So we had ordered several items, and we're not going to disclose the full thing of it. Anyways, we ordered several different items, and they just never showed up, and it said they were delivered. So we're like, okay, we'll wait a day just in case, because I've had some experiences with USPS and UPS where it says they've delivered the package. You wait, and sometimes I don't know if it's a case that they scan it, but then they don't take it off the truck, so it's still on the truck, and they deliver it the next day. So sometimes it'll say delivered, but they don't deliver it till the following day. No, we waited a couple days, and then finally it was like, okay, this isn't showing up. So we're like, okay, well, let's go and open up a case. Becca called them, I think, right? You called them?
I did. I called USPS and put in a missing package
Missing
report with
package.
them, and then the next day I called Amazon to tell them, and
Mhm.
they offered me a refund.
Oh,
Like, yeah,
yeah.
cool, let's do it.
Oh, it was UPS. I forgot. It was
UPS or
UPS. Yeah.
US? No,
UPS. Yeah. Because we had some larger items in there.
whichever one it was.
But yeah. And then so we wait a little while. Nothing ever happens with the damn case. Of course, UPS doesn't do shit. They never get back to us. So we're like waiting for it, nothing. And then so then we call a couple more times to Amazon, and well, Becca calls. Becca was pretty much dealing with this exclusively. So she calls again, and they gave her the option to do not necessarily a refund, but they gave her option to get money back to do
Credit.
a credit back on I don't know if they're gonna do store credit, or I think they were just gonna refund to the card, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. And then so we went with that option. So, a week passes, still nothing. And so then we reach back out to Amazon,
Where's my
and
fucking
yeah, it's like,
money?
where the fuck's the money at? So they're still like, they're like, well, let me go ahead and email off refunds department or wherever the fuck it is. So we're like, okay. And they're like, if you don't hear back by this date, I don't even remember when it was. This was several months back. They're like, if you don't hear back by this date, then, call back again. So, of course, we don't hear back. So we call back again. It's like 2 weeks later. And they're like, oh, well, let me go ahead and send a message out again. So they do the same fucking thing.
And
We
then,
And
need
nothing
to,
and then
happened.
yeah.
of course, you never talk to the same person twice.
No, you don't. You don't.
No,
And it also
yeah.
depends what time you call. Because if you call before like 4 o'clock, Mountain Time, then you get an American. But if you call 5 o'clock Mountain Time, then you get Habib.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you don't know who you're gonna fucking
Yeah.
get. And
True.
I'm not saying
My
that to
name
be
is
racist because
Cheryl
people are
from
gonna be
Bangladesh. Can I help you?
exactly. It's like yeah, people are gonna be like, you're fucking racist. It's like no, dude, we ain't fucking racist at all.
We all deal with
I
everybody.
hate
You know
everybody,
what I mean?
so
I'm
you can
sure they
go
fucking go, I spoke to this fucking American. He's just full of shit.
exactly. It's like don't think you're special. You're all fucking pieces of shit.
Yeah.
But anyways, but yeah, so it's really fucking annoying. So we wait another 2 weeks, call back, and no, they do the same fucking thing. So finally, a month later, no, it was more
It
than
was more
actually
like
2
almost
months.
3 months later.
Yeah, it was several months later. I apologize. I don't even remember the time frame. It was so fucked up. But so finally, like 2-3 months later, we call back, and mind you, we were calling several times till that point. Finally, we had it. You know what I mean? So we call, and of course, we get somebody overseas, probably from India. I don't know if it was India or Asia. It was hard to tell the accent. But so we get somebody, and the guy's like, "Well, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing." And then finally, I was like, "No, you're not." I was like, "It's time to fucking escalate this. You need to put a fucking manager on the phone." So
I said that.
yeah, well, but I
Don't
told you
don't take
no,
don't take
no,
credit.
no,
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 Don't take
no, no, no,
credit.
no,
Yeah,
no,
no,
Becca,
no, no.
You
Becca
you
did some
just sat
constructive
Yes.
there and
digging.
I did it.
no, but it is true. Becca did this. However, I was the one that told her like you need to
Okay.
escalate this
Yeah.
because I was gonna get on the phone and rip him a new one, and you didn't want me to. Remember that? Yes. Yes.
That sounds so
Yeah,
familiar.
I was gonna
just
rip
have
into him.
deja
I
vu.
was gonna fucking shred him a new one. Yes, and don't
So-
even say I wasn't.
No, you
Yes.
weren't wanting to get on the phone at all. That was
No.
all me. And he was like, "Well, hold on, let
She
me
fucking lies
send
so
another
much, I
email." And I
swear.
was like, "No, this has already been done.
don't
I
know
need
what-
you to get me a manager."
See, the fucking shit is
She
still
gets
going
into so
on.
much shit.
It's still causing
No.
havoc in the
Because
household.
you
Yeah.
refuse to
See?
call people. You hate being on the phone, so
I don't-
I'm always making the
I don't like-
appointments. I'm
Here's the
always doing
reason.
the calls.
I don't like to call people because I always end up.
Okay, enter pacemaker.
Here. Let me talk real quick because she keeps interrupting. Yeah, I know you keep interrupting.
I interrupt.
don't give me that
Ooh,
look.
The evil
Don't-
eyes.
Yeah, because I was going off. She's like, "Oh, I fucking did everything myself."
Well, don't take my credit.
I'm not taking. Okay. I apologize. Okay, she was the one that was talking on the phone. The reason why I don't ever call people is because I have a very difficult time not yelling at people. I always tend to fucking rip into them. I do. Every time, man. If something doesn't go my way, I start getting pissed off, and then before you know it, I'm like, "You better fucking do this," or you know what I mean. So I get pretty mad. I do. Like I'm not gonna lie. So you know
That's
what I mean.
hilarious.
Yeah, and
I do
and
the
so
same.
and I don't know.
You have
This
no
literally,
patience. In
I have
other
no
words.
patience whatsoever. And I did tell you, I said if I get on the phone, I'm gonna rip into him.
That
I did.
gets you nowhere, though. I've been that person being ripped into on
That's
the other line,
why
and it's like,
but that's
I
why
can't
I
do
didn't get
anything.
on the phone though. That's why I didn't get on the phone.
So did
That's
they give
where-
you the refund?
No.
No.
So
No,
here
no,
we
no.
are, fucking 7 months later, 6 months later. Who knows how long it's been? I don't even remember when that was. Probably back in March or some shit.
Have you
And-
checked with USP?
Oh, they didn't. They
I
never
gave
did
up.
anything.
UPS
They never
never-
did
I mean,
shit.
you're-
You know what they do? They literally go like, "Yeah, it says the package was delivered." It's like, no shit. I could have read that myself. It says the fucking package was delivered. It wasn't. Are
But
you going to
maybe-
investigate? Like, what are you going to do about it? They don't do anything. They don't care. You know what I mean?
But
They don't
I,
care at all.
I
So,
probably would have gone to the UPS and maybe it's in the on a
oh yeah,
shelf
then
somewhere.
that's when you fucking get arrested. It's like you beat the shit out of a UPS employee, and it's like,
But maybe it's
Well,
sitting,
it
maybe
was
it's
a-
sitting on a
you know-
shelf
Fuck you
somewhere.
and your brown shorts.
I was just gonna say it was a brown uniform. Now it's red.
Yeah,
That sucks.
Fuck you and your brown uniform.
Anyway, so there's my gripe.
Yeah.
And
So
your
sorry,
gripe.
we turned it into our gripe too.
your gripe.
That wasn't even that wasn't a
Yeah.
weekly gripe though. That was just our.
That was months.
I know that was our
Yeah.
gripe over a course of several months.
I'm
Yeah.
glad it got up everybody's chest now.
Yeah, yeah, we
We
had to
can
talk
get out
about
in the
that.
open, right?
It was
Out in the
really-
open.
Yeah.
Now we can deal with it.
Uh-huh.
So, anyways, next.
Well, it's Becca.
Yeah.
I wasn't on that gripe.
Huh?
I wasn't.
Yeah,
on
but
that
this
gripe.
that's our monthly.
Yeah,
You need a
but
weekly
you're-
But
gripe.
you took
your own
ownership,
gripe.
right? You
Your
took
own-
ownership, so you gotta like
Yeah,
own
we
it.
need
You
your
gotta
weekly
own-
gripe.
You gotta
You
own
need
your
own
weekly gripe. Yeah. What
Work-
happened this week that kind of pissed you off?
Um, I found out at work that the ER people that I work with are getting overtime, where us that work kind of in the business department are getting censused home. That kind of sucks.
Ooh.
Our productivity or something is stupid. So since the ER is doing overtime, we have to go home early and use PTO or leave without pay. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah, that definitely
No,
does.
that
Wow.
definitely sucks.
We're all,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
So
work
so why
sucks.
so why is
Overall,
that?
work sucks, but
So you
still the
have to
fact.
use PTO or
hmm Or
just
leave
Or
without
just do
pay.
without pay. Yeah.
is it like really early or
Well, yesterday they sent me home at about 12:30, and it would have been 11 if I would have finished my work in time.
oh,
and see, this
wow.
is where I'm like, why can't that happen to me? I
And it
fucking
is
have, I gotta be in this
nice.
shithole every fucking day, all day.
Because
I'm like
you're
listening to fucking old people. I don't understand why I didn't get my deposit. And it's like, did you change your bank account? Yeah, I did, but that's irrelevant. It's like, well, then it was fucking sent to your old bank account and it's probably closed already. Yeah, I did close it. And it's like, okay, then how the fuck did you expect to get your money? I don't know. Hopefully a miracle would happen. I believe in God. You know how it works.
Well, doesn't the fucking bank know to transfer that shit?
Exactly. It's like, well, then why aren't you fucking calling your bank? Because it's easier to yell at you.
Right?
This is the shit I hear every fucking.
Uh,
You have no idea how old it
I
gets.
would have been like, you fucking geriatric bitch.
Exactly. It's like, don't get me wrong.
Oh
I
my
love old
god.
people to a certain degree, but they're also the most entitled fucking people I have ever seen in my life.
Just
It's like,
remember
why can't you do everything for me? Why don't you just fucking breathe for me? you know?
just remember when you get old.
Oh, when I get
We're
old,
not going to be the old people that are now, though.
yeah. When I get
Fuck
old,
that.
if
I
I'm like
am.
that,
I'm taking advantage of that
yeah, I was gonna
shit.
say, man,
I dealt
if
with it
I
long enough. I'm gonna take advantage of
it's
that
true though,
shit.
and that's what I'm kind of see. The thing is though, is like the boomer generation, they didn't really have a reason to do because it's like respect has definitely changed. Like nowadays, it's like nobody likes anybody. Everybody hates everybody. You know what I mean? You have a bunch of people that are out there like BLM, and then they're racist as fuck amongst the crowd. They're like, yeah, I like black people. No, I don't. You know what I mean? It's like they're fucking liars sitting out there. It's like, let's be honest, you know what I mean? Nobody fucking likes anybody. Nobody gets along anymore. And so I could just, I don't even want to see how it's going to be when I get old. Hopefully somebody will push me in front of a train before that
Right,
happens.
right, right. Take that leap of
Oh,
faith right in front of the bus stop.
Seriously.
Here I
It's
go.
crazy how the world has changed. Don't get me wrong. There was never, it's funny if you go back generations, you look at the way the world was and that's what I think is so funny. I think it's so funny because I see this all the time. It's like, um, people are talking about how we should, go back to old times because things were better back then because of, the belief in God, the God system was significantly larger and there was more respect amongst, children to elders and so on and so forth. But then, like, people completely ignore the fact that there was like shit ton of racism. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, yeah, there might have been more respect amongst white people. Nobody
Right,
gave a
right,
fuck
right,
about
right.
black people, though. It's like you had to fight for rights up until the
Yeah.
90s. So I just think that's so funny. It's like there has never been an era where people have really respected people. So why do you think it's going to change now? Nothing's going to change. You know what I mean? And that's what I think is so funny because there's these arguments to do away with, whether it's guns or knives or whatever it is, there's always going to be something because people will always want to hurt each other. Because at the end of the day, we may be humans, but we're still animals.
But I think a lot has to do with political correctness. How
Mhm.
everybody nowadays is just afraid to say the shit that's actually on
It
their
is
mind.
it is true because of this cancellation, this
Yeah,
cancel
because
culture.
yeah, you
People are afraid to
can
say stuff and
right, right. I
yeah.
mean, it comes into this huge dispute where people are just like, "Oh my god, he fucking said that." I can't pee in this place because I wore a dress today.
Yeah, it's
You know
true.
what I mean? And it's like, okay, well,
well, look at it. I mean, everybody carries a gun and wants to shoot everybody.
hey,
It's
I
like
mean,
you can't
just
say
think of a
anything
few years
because
back. A guy goes into a woman's bathroom.
Yeah.
Was that okay 2 years ago? No.
I'll say a
No,
little bit
fuck no.
further.
That he's gonna
Yeah.
get slapped the fuck out of. They're gonna call the cops, call him a pervert, everything else, and ship his ass off to jail. Now, me, I could walk into any public place whatsoever, put on a dress,
Yeah.
walk right into the woman's bathroom and nobody could tell me fuck. You know what
Well,
I
and that's
mean?
the thing is, like, I have no problem
Wow.
conforming to new norms, but there's a difference between a new norm and just coming up with some fucking shit so you can do whatever you want.
That's
I mean,
it.
there's
That's
a
the
huge,
shit.
yeah, it's like,
You know what I mean? Wrong is still fucking wrong. You know what I mean?
exactly. Like
And if you're in
when,
your most intimate point of dropping your daily load and somebody comes along and fucking stumbles in and you're like, hey, why am I seeing a fucking skirt under the stall door? You know what I
it's
mean?
true. Like, at what
You're gonna
point,
clench. It's gonna cause internal pains and maybe some stuffiness, and you might not even just get that 5-second relief of, oh my god, I finally got this thing out of me. I'm
I
TMI,
good.
finally got
TMI,
this thing out of me.
TMI. You have
You
too
know what I
much
mean?
TMI. Yeah.
But political correctness, not being able to call black black or white white. I mean, you know what? Okay, you shouldn't judge a person by their color,
Look at Zozobra.
but
He was
but
green.
Yeah.
exactly. If something's green or something black or
Yeah.
something yellow or something red, and not necessarily a person, but say, hey, this is, pretty messed up because uh you're not taking into account this other person's feelings.
Exactly. Yeah. For me, that's the thing is, for me,
That
there's
was
there's
like the
one
only
race.
highlight of being an American. Fuck you. You know what I mean? I can say whatever the fuck I
Well,
want.
and that's the thing is, like for me personally, there's one race and that's the human race.
Eh,
However, the thing that's important to know is that you have to conform to some moral code at some point. So we're all humans. We should all respect each other. However, it's important to know that your opinion is just that. It's your opinion. And so that's all it is. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as hate speech. There's speech that you don't like and you disagree with, but it's not hate speech. Now, if a person acts upon those feelings, if
right.
there's a
Right.
KKK
It
member who
is.
attacks a black individual, if it's
Yeah, gay
somebody who
beating, you know what I
But
mean?
but
exactly,
but people do take it as a personal hit.
that's what I mean, and that's
It's not just an opinion.
Well, if it's
It's
directed directly at a person, then by all means, they should have that right, just like you have that right of saying it, to take it personally and say, fuck you.
so I'm going out
But
yeah.
today, go shoot everybody that
now,
does
see, that's
But see,
different. That's different. That's
that's
way different.
no, because by that
We're
opinion,
saying,
I mean
yeah,
that person's obviously not mentally stable. If
right.
they're willing to do that, it doesn't really, they may have, just like school shooters, some school shooters, they may have some bullying or some situations that may tempt them to head that direction, but that doesn't, you know what I mean? That's a completely
right.
different subject.
Right. You have to take it to the extreme.
Yeah, that person is obviously not mentally stable.
We're talking in general, you know what I mean? You,
Yeah.
you see you see a beautiful person, woman or a man, and you're just like, wow, that's a really good looking person, Or but if you tell them and then they're like, well,
Yeah.
you can't do that. Why not? You know what I mean? I'm sure that person likes the fact that you are giving them a compliment. You know? Why is it already politically incorrect? You know what I mean? You don't have to go all Governor Como on them, but I
Yeah.
mean, just
Governor go.
Well, and the funniest thing, like I was telling what you guys might not even be aware of, um, but the whole thing, like the OnlyFans thing, it's so funny to me. So I just find it so funny that you have like all these chicks who are walking around half naked. You know what I mean? Like, and then the funniest thing to me is that they're saying that I see these comments all the time, left and right, and they say, "Why are you sexualizing specific types of clothing, like bikinis and skirts and mini dresses and things like that? Don't sexualize these things." They say that over and over. Yet these same chicks have an OnlyFans and they're making money off of it. It's like, so you don't want us to sexualize it, but you're making money off of us, knowing that you're sexualizing it because that's what men are tempted to see. That makes
yeah,
no fucking sense.
right.
You don't want people to think that you don't want them to view something from a sexual point of view, yet you are literally making money off of it because it's a sexual point of view.
Right. You're not using like episodes of Leave It to Fucking Beaver to sell beer. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The
It's
fuck?
just it
Uh-huh.
fascinates me how dumb this generation is. It's like it's so baffling. I don't
Well,
fucking get it.
what is the old saying? You can't rape the willing.
Yeah.
Right? Right, and it's not even that. It's just the fact that if you're gonna dress like that, people are gonna look.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. You, yeah, we're human. We're gonna look.
Yeah.
It's just the way human nature is. That's how males and females been getting together since the beginning of fucking time,
Yeah.
and it's
I mean,
just the
it's
way it
human
is.
nature. It's like
It's
people
made that way.
were designed, not just people, everything, virtually every, I won't say everything, but virtually every living being on this planet, not every living being, because somebody's gonna be like, well, molecules, they're gonna be like bacteria produces at no, God, I fucking have to make
Right,
everything make
right,
sense.
right. Okay.
No, but,
But even those people have people.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, virtually every living being on this planet, every living thing on this planet was designed to reproduce.
Right.
And there's a reason why we're created a specific way. There's a reason why women look a specific way, why men look a specific way, why animals look at each other in nature a specific way,
Right.
why there's mating calls and certain things that animals do, mating
Right.
rituals, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. Smell my piss.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like, you see like
You know what's
peacocks, they
up,
do the weird
yeah.
little, the little
You know,
shimmy that they
Dancey
do.
dance.
Yeah, they do the little dancey dance. So, I mean, to sit here and say like we shouldn't sexualize things, it's like you do realize there's lots of origins on this planet still where they're not even wearing fucking clothing.
Yeah.
It's like don't sexualize it. It's like it's fucking crazy to me how idiotic this generation is.
I think it's just a carryover. It's been that
Well,
way,
a lot of this is,
Oh, she showed her ankles. Oh my god, I'm hard.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Fucking I'm sure that
Oh,
way.
man.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
What the fuck? It's these people that
Yep.
are just deep rooted. They're like that. You know what I mean?
And then the
She
older,
wore a fucking skirt with the dog on it. I'm on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
or
It's
like we were
weird.
talking last night with my brother, you know, all these kids that are wearing jeans that are torn on the front and they spend like $80 buying torn jeans.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
It's like, what is
You
that?
could tear them for free.
Yeah.
And then
well,
you got the old buy. Did you pay full price for those?
right?
Yep.
Well,
Yes.
no, I mean,
yes, I did.
the thing
Or-
was is
or-
like when we wore them as children or in our time, to have holes in your clothes was basically
Because
stereotyped. No, you were
Yeah.
stereotyped as a poor individual that couldn't afford to be
Yeah.
clothed properly or anything else. So you see these other people that are flaunting it, up on magazines and everything else, and you're like, "What the fuck? I was
Yeah, I
in style
mean,
way before my time."
It's like when we had holes, we'd put patches in them. I
Yeah.
remember I used to look like shit when I was a kid. We were ghetto as fuck, man. She'd be like, "I'm gonna patch this one," and I'd have this like 2 pairs of jeans and the whole,
Right.
And then the thing is, the patches didn't match the color of
Oh
the.
no, no,
It was
no,
like a
no.
brown patch.
Or some weird ass fucking 70s leftover peace sign
Yep.
and shit.
and now it's like okay, it's like or you see young guys wearing skinny jeans and it's like, is he wearing his sister's clothes?
His girlfriend's clothes. I mean, that's the thing is, styles change. You
and,
look
and
at
then-
it throughout
and they're not even
history.
pulling their pants up. They wear it like
Yeah.
halfway's down. It's like, damn,
Yeah.
can't
Well,
even
I
pull up
mean,
his pants.
He's
And
not
for
that
me, the
skinny.
biggest thing is, I get that it's like the fashion sense. It's the fashion sense. Everything changes throughout generations. But for me, it's like, at least come up with something comfortable. Like, I've tried wearing some, like, not even skinny jeans, some skinnier jeans.
Like straight legged.
Yeah, straight legged
feel
jeans. And I'm
fit.
like, my sack is stuck to my fucking leg. How do you
I
do
don't
this?
I don't understand how maybe not showing your butt crack, but having your ass out in the wind under, and then your jeans below your ass. How is that comfortable?
Yeah, it doesn't
You
make
know what I
sense.
mean? How is it comfortable to have your legs restricted on the amount of stride you can take
And then
because
you're only
your
able to
belt
take
is
like
something?
2 steps at a
Yeah,
time.
it's just. I
Yep.
mean,
It's
with
true.
with a spring in your
Yeah, you got a little pep in your step.
but yeah, all right. So we covered some stuff tonight already. We got our gripes in. We covered some fashion stuff. We kind of bagged on a couple of name brand suppliers. Let's see. We talked about the dog. Let's go on to what's next, guys. Come on.
What
What's
was your
next?
Well,
guys' grapes? Did we go there?
uh, did we go there?
Did we go
Did we
there?
go there?
Did we get
You
there?
don't want to go there, girl.
Yeah.
Or are
Yeah,
we
Guillermo,
over
you didn't say a gripe.
grapes?
My gripe falls into the fact that I am not a very good peacemaker, but I got thrown into that position today throughout the day. So my complaint would be um, people need to be cooler to each other. And if you can't be cool to each other, leave me the fuck out of it because
Hmm.
I'm trying to have a good Saturday. And I mean, I love the individuals that I actually had to step in and be a peacemaker for. I do. I truly do. And I understand it because, hey, everybody has an argument now and then. But when it's complete stupid shit,
Yeah.
it's very, very, very depressing and irritating. And you want to break out the two fingers of death punch and just give them the old throat smack, you know,
Yep.
and be done with it. But so that's my gripe for this
Yeah.
week. I'm
Two in
gonna
the
leave
pink
it at that.
without one in
Yeah.
the stink.
Yes, absolutely, man.
Yeah. You just get the
First time I
two.
ever gave the high uppercut chop to the nose and shoved somebody's nose bone into their brain. Kind of a deal. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
So it made me go back and watch some like martial arts videos and then I felt better.
Yep.
And so
Huh.
that's all I got. I got, just judge what is actually worth fighting about.
Yeah.
Make it worth it. If you're gonna fight about it, fucking make it worth it. You know what I mean? Because stupid shit doesn't. And if you do get to that point, don't go destroying the other person's shit.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yep.
No matter whose or what, just don't destroy people's shit.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
yeah.
Hurt each other because you heal. Items don't. I'm just kidding.
Right,
I'm
right.
just kidding.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Especially that was a gift. Fuck. You know what I mean? Kind of
Uh-huh.
It's true.
appreciation is that? You just fucked
Yep.
it up.
What doesn't
No,
kill
no,
you
Uh-huh.
can
but truly
probably kill you.
make it worth it if you're gonna argue and then understand is it really worth going to that extreme where you have to win.
Yeah.
Or if it doesn't work, get out.
There you go.
Yeah. I
Words of
mean,
Yeah.
wisdom.
and you can always get items, if it's I remember when I was with this girl, no names mentioned. And the bitch was crazy. She's suicidal, you know what I mean? Suicidal. But breaking shit of mine, selling it, and so on and so forth. And it pisses you off. And it is annoying, you know what I mean? But you can always get that stuff back, but if she shoots your ass, you ain't coming back.
You ain't coming back from
Yeah, you
that.
ain't
Yeah,
coming back.
you ain't
So
gonna want to come
yeah,
back.
just get
Yeah,
out of the situation as quickly as you
yeah.
can if you're in that situation, because it ain't worth it. And
No,
even if you got kids, it ain't worth it.
no, I
You know what I mean?
agree.
I don't have kids, so I would never been in that situation, but kids ain't worth it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's true.
Don't
Get out of
stay
it.
because of the kids. You just have
Exactly.
to,
And don't fight in
you
front of the
know.
kids because all you're gonna do is show them that that's okay.
It's true. Yeah,
So you
materialistic
know what I mean?
things and
You gotta
and
you gotta think about the long haul picture if you're in a long relationship, in a good relationship. You got to think of the long picture and what you're going to do to each other and the people around you.
yeah.
It affects everyone.
And
So,
then the most important thing is kids know they remember a lot more than you think they do. You know what I mean? They remember a lot more than you think they do. So just keep that in mind.
yeah.
Yep.
All right. So that was
Okay.
my gripe.
That went
So,
deep.
It did.
yeah, I did. Sorry
Deep.
about that.
Enough
Yeah.
with the soppy stuff.
Right, right, right. Let's move on to some more cheerful and funny things. Any good
Oh,
jokes on the
I
table?
have
Any good
something
jokes?
funny.
All
Yeah.
right. All right.
Remember you were mentioning that your friend got married at Delancey Street?
Hmm.
I mentioned that to Guillermo. He's all,
Wait, well, first you got to say no offense to Delancey Street, but
no offense to Delancey Street. I love you
you do
guys.
some, yeah, what?
But I mentioned it to Guillermo and he's all, well, I wonder which crackhead's going to help us.
No, I asked if we get to choose the crackheads that are going to be serving our dinner.
I gotta tell you though, man,
It was
they did an
nice.
excellent job. Those guys were extremely respectful. They were good. It was a
Mhm.
really, really good experience,
Because
you
I
know?
met
Was everything
someone.
outside though?
It
We
was.
had
Well, no,
the
they
bridal suite inside. It was pretty small, but everything else was outside. They did have a giant
yeah, there's
canopy,
a
like a
canopy,
tent
a
thing.
large canopy or
Um,
multiple canopy. I don't remember if it's just one
it was
large
just one
canopy.
canopy. It was
It's
beautiful.
it's nice though. It
Because the
really
Swan
is.
Lake pictures that I saw,
Yeah.
like out there where you go on the
Yeah,
deck
there's
and
a full
all
lake and
that,
there's ducks
yeah.
out
Oh
there and
wow.
it's nice. It's
Yeah, that
really,
looked
really
really
nice.
nice.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
when she said that, I was like, the first thing that rang in my head
Yeah,
was
crackheads.
crackhead.
Well,
Yep.
because it's the
So
residents that live there
Yeah.
They
that
were very
that do.
respectful
They're
though.
they're good though. I'm not kidding, man. They were nice people. They were really good.
yeah.
Yeah, they were. I mean, I lost my wallet that day. I'm just kidding. No.
It would be
But
worth looking into for you guys, I would
Yeah.
think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't pull out money in front of I'm just
Right,
kidding.
right,
No,
right,
I'm just
right.
joking.
We're
No,
gonna
they
do
were good
everything
though. They,
paperless.
yeah,
everything
because I met
paperless.
someone from there that's uh
That's recovering.
an
Just kidding.
an administrator. No, I'm
On
kidding.
step 3. I'm on step
Uh,
3.
it's been
I
24
met
days.
he actually runs the place there,
Yeah.
and he
It's good though. I'm
was.
telling you. You would like
That's all, folks.
today, Junior. No, it was really nice. I gotta say, you would like it. You
Yeah.
would like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pictures that I saw, like that lake area and everything else, was really nice. They have like
Hmm.
that like little area where you can get married out by the
Yeah.
lake, overlooking the lake and stuff like that. But then you don't see any like indoor stuff.
Yeah. They're really. It's pretty much all outdoors.
But if
Mhm.
it's under tent, I mean that's fine. You know
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
I mean?
Well, do you have
That's
any pictures,
nice.
babe?
I'm trying to look. I don't.
I should have taken some pic. It's nice. It's really nice.
But we're
And
gonna talk to them and
Yeah,
see.
they got
You
like
know
a
what I mean?
boardwalk.
yeah,
I think the biggest thing you got to be a little careful with kids because especially if they're not watching their kids because they can easily fall into the little lake
into the
there.
lake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going a total different direction.
Oh yeah.
with that. You gotta be careful with your kids.
You got to be
I was
careful.
like, what? Well, you better check
No.
the registration before you
You better-
go.
oh yeah. You're
Hey,
like,
you know what I mean?
not only are they
You on the
crackheads,
list? Are you
not
on the
o-
list?
I was gonna say not only are they crackheads,
But
but they might show up on
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 the
a
state list, you know what I mean? Registered.
oh god, now
You're
we're gonna
registered.
good job, Guillermo. Now we're getting
I was
sued.
going on there, man.
Now we're
I
fucking
was-
getting sued.
You're the one that left
Like,
it there, man. I
But
was
gonna
like,
get
what's
hit.
up, you know?
apparently, all the
Cease and
people that are
desist.
there have been a residence there for quite some time.
I
That
mean, it's one
they,
of those things. It's like you can't judge a book by its cover. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's
Yeah.
like there's a lot of people out there that yeah, sure they did some shit in their life, and but hey, it's a
Hey,
past.
but it's a start. You
It
know what
is,
I
it
mean? It's
is,
a
and
start back, and it's an
'Cause-
honest start back.
let me
Yeah.
tell you,
Because-
Buffalo Thunder's not getting back to us at all.
yeah,
Well, we haven't contacted them again about next year. So that's the first choice. I still think that's the first choice. And from what I remember, Becca saying that it was kind of pricey.
which one? Oh, Delancey.
Delancey, yeah, but she had like 300 guests.
Yeah, there was a lot of people there, so just keep that in
So,
mind. They
okay.
had
Do
all the
it.
food and the catering.
Yeah,
There was a
nah.
fuck ton of people there.
Well, I mean, just to give you guys an idea of,
Ah,
I guess.
I'm showing a picture of the
that's beautiful.
canopy and how they do the lights. This is what we're
People
looking
aren't
at.
going to get any context. They're
That's
just,
outdoors,
oh, look
right?
at that. That's a
Oh,
big
that's
penis.
That's very nice. Yeah,
Let me take a
that was
look.
cool. Well, that was kind of the idea that I was running with. Yeah, that's right there, overlooking
yeah,
the
that's
Swan
nice.
Lake area.
Mhm.
That's really nice.
And it has like a waterfall right behind you. It was really, really pretty. Green,
It
green,
really
green.
is.
Nice.
Yeah, and then you got ducks and swans out there.
A little chick.
Yeah, ducks are just chilling out there.
Mm.
Yep. Would you say a little what?
A little chick. There's a little,
Little-
yellow chicken. Was it a
Was
chicken
there?
or a duck?
I
It was
don't
a little
remember.
duckling.
Was there?
There's a little
I
yellow
don't think I saw
duckling.
it.
Uh,
Hmm.
That's nice. Yeah,
It's
no,
nice,
we'll
though,
have to
yeah.
go and check it out. That's
Real
something to
nice
look
area.
into. Coronavirus.
Yeah. Road-
Yeah.
Ah,
Got the run.
I know.
Got the runner?
You might have less than 100.
You have the runner?
Huh?
Do you have the runner?
No.
Well, I could scratch a few off my list already.
Hmm.
Peacemaking
Don't
didn't
be
go
that
far.
way.
It's more sitting area.
Get the vibe, yeah.
Oh, look at that. That's
Let me see. Oh yeah.
That's nice. I
So
really
did she have a
I don't
band?
remember. Is that
I
There's
like
a
the
DJ and
whole
mariachis.
I like the whole weeping
where's the canopy at?
willows and stuff that were there. That was really nice because the way the
Hmm,
canopy
the
kind of pulled
canopy?
it over.
Where's the can?
It's more this way.
I don't even recall that spot.
Feels like by the food. Remember how we walked
Oh
past the
yeah. So
extra
did they move
tables?
that?
No, they just had overflow tables because they had so
Oh.
many
Oh, I
guests.
remember. Yeah. Never
Mhm.
mind. I forgot. I forgot.
You're on the
Wow.
outside type table.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
I
It's
love
like
her dress.
it was very pretty.
don't complain because you're getting free food. And then,
right.
well, I did feel bad for them though because it did start raining.
It did start
It
sprinkling a little
started
bit.
raining, and they were
They're all
yeah,
standing
they're all
here, and you're like, I can't even eat. This person's staring at me.
damn it, Jim. We don't even know these people.
Ah,
It's like shut up. We're getting free chicken.
are you on the right side or the?
It's like, what kind of food did they have?
She did Alfredo, chicken Alfredo, and then
There was
they had
chicken. There
like
was like
chicken
lemon chicken.
strips for the kids. They had to have lemon
Lemon
chicken with
chicken.
asparagus.
They had what else did they have? I can't remember what.
I think mashed potatoes for the kids or something. I
I
don't know. It was
remember.
really good.
It was pretty good though. Yeah, I can't lie. It was good.
Not bad, not
Yeah,
bad.
it was good.
You know how to cook it.
Cool.
Huh.
cool.
They gave her a cake too.
They gave her a cake.
They included it. They made her cake. I don't know if I have a picture of it though, but it was really pretty.
Yeah, it was.
It was a good
Nice.
place.
Wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
it was nice. It was nice.
Was it like good for parking and everything else? You guys didn't have to like.
Yeah, actually, the parking was. Oh yeah, you
I was gonna
didn't.
say we were
Yeah,
the
the
first ones there,
parking
so the
is
parking was great for us. I don't know
parking is
about
huge.
It was.
Huge parking. Yeah,
Yeah.
you won't have to worry about guest parking.
Yeah.
You do have to walk a little ways. Um,
Oof.
but well, mom has to go drop a deuce. She'll be
Dropping
back.
it is.
We'll see her in 25 minutes.
She said shush.
Okay, we'll pause the episode just for a moment until she gets back.
All right. And welcome back. Sorry about that. We need a bathroom break. So we're back. And we were talking about, for those of you who don't know, Margie and I are engaged and we're looking for a venue. And we were just finishing up the Delancey State venue where Alex and Becca had attended a wedding and Margie had talked to somebody there. So now we're even a little bit more interested in going there and giving it more of a chance instead of looking at it on the negative side of who our servers may or may not be.
Yeah, I'm
Right?
telling you.
So we're gonna finish that up and I'm glad Alex and Becca went because we get a good round at point of point of
Point of
view.
view.
Right. From some pretty straight and solid people. So now we'll lead into how did everything go, Margie? No, I'm just kidding, babe.
Welcome out all right.
Yeah, I don't want to make you blush. Hey, she's blushing. Look. Smiling, smiling,
Yeah.
smiling. Okay, but we're going to move on to what we like to call what's going on around here.
Round hair.
Round
these
here.
parts.
Around these parts.
Yeah.
Fiestas, the
So-
Zobra.
Yeah, so I don't think I don't know.
think
Most
we
people
would
probably
know.
don't even know. However, I think our like the logo that I made has the Zia symbol, so they
Yeah.
might not even be aware of that. We're from New Mexico. We're from Nuevo Mexico.
Nuevo
Nuevo Mexico.
So we have a bunch of fiestas. We do so coming closer towards around fall, closer towards winter, we start doing some shit that pretty much no other state does. I don't know, maybe there's some state out there that does. But but yeah, we got fiestas. We kind of have a ritual around these parts where we we have specific
We
food.
burn a puppet.
Yeah, we burn a
Okay.
puppet, giant fucking paper mache doll. It wards off the evils throughout the year. At least that's the theory.
Kills
It
all
started,
your glooms.
Yeah, it started a very long time ago. I don't even know how long it's been. It's been like
100 years.
100
100 years?
years.
Well,
probably a little bit more than because right, I don't remember when the anniversary was.
because 2024 is 100 years.
Yeah,
So it started in 1924.
kind of similar to what is it, Burning Man in Utah?
Yeah,
I can't remember. I
similar,
think yeah, kind
yeah.
of similar, but a different purpose. I don't know
Yep.
what the purpose of the one in
It's
Utah
like the
is,
burning
but
boat on One Tree Hill.
Yeah.
no one. I can't
Yeah,
comment on
it's
that.
about getting rid of all
Yeah.
your glooms and it's
Yeah.
starting
Uh-huh.
off your festival season on a happy
Uh-huh.
note. right? Putting all
Yeah.
your last year's glooms to burn
Everyone
and
was
be
burning
gone.
their divorce papers,
So,
wedding dresses.
Probably not a good idea to to burn the divorce papers.
It's pretty important
you
documentation.
might
I
want to
don't
leave
know.
that
Right.
one.
That's
Yeah.
what I heard. People were
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were burning that. They were burning
they
stuff.
were
And
burning
they burned Marilyn Monroe's dress. But
That's
it,
a shoe of Marilyn
crazy. Well,
Monroe,
anyway, so
right.
Michael
kind of
Jackson's
important. I
glove.
was just gonna say, kind of important to talk about it because typically it doesn't usually have a theme. It's usually kind of just like they'll create them in a specific way, and then they just kind of burn them. And sometimes the events will change throughout the years. They'll do different things.
Like different hair color and
Yeah.
different
Yeah, one
tie.
one time he was throwing a finger like 2006 or something like that. I don't remember. He's flipping the whole crowd off.
Right,
But
right.
yeah,
Yeah, we saw that one.
yep.
Yeah.
But
It
yeah,
was
but
going
now
through the
this
years.
year apparently I don't know if they're doing it themed based off of.
They
80s?
It
did
was
an
80s.
80s
It was
an
the
80s
80s.
theme.
So
Oh
the
yeah,
80s
because
theme, yeah.
Michael
Yeah.
So
Jackson he had on the red vest.
they had the Thriller
Yeah,
vest
The
and the Thriller
yeah.
dancers were
yeah.
there, and
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
it was pretty cool. It was.
Well,
I
see, and
think
that's the thing
I
is,
think it was different.
it is different. It's hard, it's difficult because you know people they look at it from a nostalgia point of view. So a lot of native New Mexicans they look at it and they're like, "This is a crock of shit." Like, so
You're
the
not
guy who
sticking with the
created it, it was Will
traditions.
Shuster or William Shuster, and he created it in his vision. And of course, he's no longer alive. Been over 100 years.
Oh
He's
yeah.
passed away some time ago, and so because of that, of course, it's done by the Kiwanis Club, and I don't even remember how they're how are they funded? Do
They're
you
a
know?
nonprofit. It's a
Are they?
nonprofit.
Yeah.
They do a lot for the children's hospitals, things along that line.
Oh yeah.
Boys and Girls
So
Club,
the Boys and
Girls
Girls Club,
Girls
I think
Incorporated or
they're
something like that.
included in like Yapo and
Oh
Little League
really?
stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you
they're quite
know,
involved in the community. But the thing was is that during the 80s, this is the first year they ever made him green. So
yeah.
you got a 50-foot green puppet stuffed with all your complaints and everything else you want to burn up, and then they put him in a red and black Thrillers jacket for Michael Jackson. That was pretty cool. They played nothing but 80s music and then they burned
Yeah.
him. And so that was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I mean,
As they
And
were
it
burning him, they played the Thriller.
did they?
Yeah.
yeah,
And the dancers were,
dancing the Thriller, yeah.
the zombies,
Yep.
Right.
I mean, it's yeah, and that's the thing is, some native New Mexicans they might get pissed and say this is bullshit. This is not what we grew up with. And me personally, I've never really give a shit about Zozobra. So I've lived here my whole life, and to me, it's just a way for them to make a shit ton of money. And then, you know what I mean? To me, it's all a crock of shit. So
Well,
yeah.
I
I
don't care
think
what
it's
it looks like.
ranged from $30 to $50.
Well, and that's the thing. Remember, was it
And
last year or the year
you're
before?
going in.
People were pissed.
Yeah.
It's obviously, the thing is we live in a state, particularly in a city with lots of tourism.
Right.
And, people here, native New Mexicans, they get tired of seeing their culture change to conform to people who are not from here.
Mhm.
And some people can disagree with that. But let's be honest. I mean, it's kind of how the natives felt too. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
it's like
Yeah.
people come in and completely rearrange your culture and then claim that they're part of it. Somebody
Right.
comes from New York and it's like, I've been here since 1990, whatever. And it's like, cool, but you're not from here. So shut the fuck up. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right. You
Just
go and you
because
see like the
Yeah.
yellow pants, the yellow
exactly.
jacket, and the yellow hat, and the red
Exactly.
shirt.
And they're wearing turquoise everywhere. And
Right.
it's like,
Cowboy boots sticking
yeah,
out in their
I'm
pants.
gonna
And
tell you, there is
you're looking for
very
Curious George. You're like, what
yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah, it's like,
Some of these guys
when you
dress up
show up
like
here looking like Where's Waldo with your
right, right,
fucking
right.
prison
Yeah,
outfit, we're
yeah,
gonna spot you on the,
yeah.
but that's the thing is you're gonna find very, very few native New Mexicans who actually wear turquoise, so you can spot them out of the crowd. When you see them
Right.
downtown wearing fucking, a $300 turquoise necklace, it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you're not from here, are you? you know?
Right?
Yep.
You
Yeah.
never heard of a
Yeah.
run by, have you?
It's true. That's the thing is,
Yeah.
New Mexico is comprised of so many different cultures and races and so on and so forth. But one thing that New Mexicans just don't like, it doesn't matter what race you are, it doesn't matter You know, it doesn't matter what race you are, what culture you are. We all hate seeing California and Texas license plates.
Yes. Oh, fuck. And
It's
Colorado,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Fuck.
and
And then
and
fuck Subaru drivers. I'm sorry if you drive a Subaru, fuck you. You know what I mean? Get the
yeah,
hell out of the way. You know, there
yep,
is a
Huh.
gas pedal in the vehicle. I looked one
yeah.
day. There is a gas pedal. You can step on it.
Well, and
You
the
know what I
thing
mean?
is I think we were I think a lot of New Mexicans were significantly more accepting of different people from different states for a very, very long period of time until legislation started being passed to conform to their ideals. It wasn't a problem until certain things came into play, particularly downtown when they did like, they rearranged noise ordinance laws saying that you can't have loud music and so on and so forth. That
And
was
they
all
blocked it
that
off
was
so you can't drive
yeah,
around
blocked
anymore.
it off. We used to have a cruise line when I was younger, and well, you
Mhm.
can't do that anymore because there's a bunch of tourists. It's like,
They
well,
roll up the
fucking tell them to
streets
go
at
home.
10
It's
now.
like if you come to my fucking state, then you better accept the way that it fucking is.
Right.
That's the way it is. This is how
Yeah.
it's been my whole life. Don't fucking come over here and say,
Fuck it up.
well, it's really noisy and I'm trying to purchase, a $5,000 shirt from this
Yeah.
fucking company I've never even
Right.
fucking heard of. You know? That's why people are pissed off because
Right.
they're sick of that shit where these people come from different states. It's like, look, if you come from different states, great.
Yeah.
I personally I'm really accepting of people from different states as
Yeah.
long
Bring your
as
money. We're happy to
yeah,
sell you something.
as long as
Yes.
you don't try to fuck with our culture. That is what pisses me off more than
Yeah.
anything
You come
else.
to enjoy it. Well, then leave it fucking be.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Whether
Yeah.
you take back what the parts that you liked about it and don't fucking mind the other shit because you ain't from here anyway.
It's true. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's
It
really
might not be like it used to be, but believe me, there are still parts of this state that are like the fucking Wild West.
yeah.
And you're just gonna offend somebody and they're gonna put a fucking boot in your ass.
Yeah, I mean Albuquerque,
Eh,
man.
it's just the
Albuquerque.
way.
You don't fuck around, man. You do some stupid shit. You might get away with it in Santa Fe, and even now Santa Fe is even getting to the
Saturday's
point
getting
where it's
pretty
like,
bad, yeah.
yeah, it's like you fuck around in Santa Fe now.
You're
It's like,
fucking capped over
yeah,
there.
you'll be safe if you go downtown, but you come over here towards Highway 13 and you get,
Yeah.
Highway 13, Highway 14.
I
My
was gonna
bad.
say what?
I'm not even
I
from
was
here.
like, where in the
My
fuck
bad.
are you?
Highway 14. My bad.
Yeah.
What part of Texas did you say?
I
you're
know.
from?
I don't even know.
I'm gonna have to change that plate.
No
now.
shit. My bad. I'm in
But,
disguise. My
but
bad.
you're right because they used to burn Zozobra on a Friday night, and then the fiestas would start. They'd kick off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kick
the
off.
Zobra would kick
Kick
Yeah,
off.
it would kick off on
the
Friday,
fiestas. Yeah.
starting from
You know
Friday.
what I do?
Now you
What
have
I
to
do
wait
like
a
now?
week.
Did they always? I don't recall them doing this. Did they always have food downtown? Like when fiestas would begin?
Yeah,
I don't recall. For some reason, I don't recall them up until real recent, like the last maybe
yeah. When we went to
10 years.
the parade.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, like, but like in downtown, just when they began fiestas, did they
Yeah.
always? I don't. For some reason, I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and
He's
then and the
well,
car- he
and then
would-
Guillermo's from
he would know.
Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from
Yeah,
Albuquerque.
they would
So
start. Well, that's what I'm saying.
he's from
Zoz-
Burke. Burke.
Zozobra would
Uh,
burn Friday night, and then the fiestas would start.
Parade Saturday morning and
And-
then
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
and
what's funny
then-
though is the thing for me personally. Like I've
But
never.
now it's a week in between.
it's too much partying and
Yeah.
all that crap.
Well,
Yeah.
because somebody got shot downtown, so they
Well, they
they
had
started
like they
having
had a
Zozobra
shooting at
on
at
Thursdays.
Zozobra, didn't they?
had a Zozobra.
They had a Zozobra. They
Yeah,
had a
had
Zozobra
one.
at the shooting.
They've had almost 100 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
They had a Zozobra at the shooting.
they moved it to a Thursday night, and in fact, Guillermo mentioned that they had. At the mall.
They had it at the
the
mall. Yeah, it was.
They
at,
had it at the mall one
It was
year.
at the Santa
they
Fe
really?
Mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's something else.
Yeah, I
One
remember
year,
because I
like
lived in El Dorado then.
2000,
It was around 2010.
something like that. Yeah.
Imagine the
2009.
mall catches fire. Be like,
Yeah,
yeah,
they-
we probably
they
shouldn't have
did.
done that.
They literally had it there because
Yeah.
that was the first time they wanted to control the intake of people
Right.
coming in.
But you
And
know what,
Since
though?
then, now
Yeah.
it's turned into a ticketed thing. From
Well,
that
and that's the
point
thing
on,
is because
it became ticketed and
yeah,
you got screened as you go.
yeah. Well,
So
and then there was this huge
fucked it all
uproar,
up.
what, like 2 years ago, because they raised the price of the tickets from what was it? I don't know, 15, $20. I think I've literally paid for a ticket maybe twice in my life.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I just go by the cross of the martyrs and literally
Well,
stand at
when
the
you
Sit
were
there
cross
and
and
watch.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like, "I'm not paying for this
when you were
shit."
little, they didn't weren't charging at all.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's the thing. They were, you know,
Yeah.
yeah. I remember it
we
being
were
like
able
10
to
bucks.
get in.
$10.
I'm not
See
from
the
here though, remember, I'm from Texas.
Or it was like
Oh
20
yeah,
bucks for a whole
when we
carload of
brought you from
people.
When
Texas.
I from
You know what
Highway
I mean?
13.
From
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, from down on Southside Highway 13.
But they
Oh,
never
man.
used to charge. I mean, you could get like free tickets at like Allsup's
Smiths
or the
or
bank or
Yeah.
yeah,
you get
exactly.
free tickets
Yeah.
like that. Like
Well, a lot
and
of this has become so commercialized. You know what I mean? Like Santa Fe, in particular, Santa Fe has become, and that's what I think. This was so funny to me is, Santa Fe has become so commercialized. And Albuquerque has its fair share of fiestas too,
political.
but nobody
It's
wants to go there.
Dude,
The
what the thing is
yeah,
that it is so tourism based here
yeah,
now that you don't even get the real news. Like if you want to
no, you
know what
don't.
happened in Santa Fe, you literally have to like just hope somebody tells you, "Oh, did
Yeah,
you hear about this or did you hear about that?" Because
it's very political.
yeah,
it's censored.
I mean,
It's straight up censored. They
yeah,
I
don't
mean,
want you to know the bad shit happens here.
yeah.
Albuquerque, they could give a rat's ass. Those people
I
be
mean,
like,
yeah, it's true. You know,
breaking news, bust in. Some dude kicked some dude in the ass out here. It led to a
yeah,
gunfight, and now there's a body in the middle of the street. Anybody know about this?
it's true.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, and that's the
Here,
thing
it's
is
like,
something unless something
uh-huh.
happens here where they have to report on it very, very few times. But then if you go, it's funny because if you go look in the obituaries, it's like 7 people got shot last week, you know?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and you don't
I'm
hear
like, what
about
the
it
fuck?
because it's
Yeah.
just
Right.
they don't
They don't want
advertise
to
it.
advertise it because it's going to get
Mhm.
into the tourism and it's going to take down those dollars.
Yep. I
And
mean, shit, what was it
that's,
like 2 weeks ago? 2 people got shot back to back?
yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
yep.
yeah.
And it's not like major metropolitan cities where you have somebody dying every day pretty much and the bank getting robbed, every other
Right,
week.
right, right.
But I mean, but still for a small city with only what 75 maybe 80,000 people now,
Yeah, I mean,
it's it's
Yeah.
it's still the violence is there.
yeah, it's there.
It's just uh, it's
Yeah.
veiled.
It's
Let me put
censored.
it that way. Yeah,
Very censored.
it's veiled.
It's true.
Yeah.
I agree.
Crazy. It's
Sad.
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, besides before we close out, I wanted to kind of talk about the whole vaccine mandate on all these events because I just think it's very stupid. Okay, so here's the thing is I don't want to go into COVID again. But I do want to talk about yeah, I don't want to go into COVID again.
COVID's a
I
thing that
just
we're just
yeah,
trying to avoid.
we're trying to avoid
But
because it's hard
but
not to
it's
talk
hard not
about.
to talk about certain aspects of what's
Yeah.
going on.
So basically, with all of these events, you have to be fully vaccinated and have proof of your vaccine to get into any of these events, whether it's the state fair, whether it's Zobro, Fiestas. Of course, they can't control that because it's an open area and there's no admission necessarily. If they were charging admission, then you'd really have a problem. People would probably fucking shoot the governor.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be a lynch
Yeah.
mob. But
Yep.
the thing is not only was it that okay, you got to use your vaccine passport. If you didn't have your vaccine passport, right? Say you had one shot of the
Mhm.
two, okay? They were offering you had to have a negative COVID test within 72 hours, or they would give you the quick test, 15-minute guy, for $40 added to your ticket at the
Damn.
show. So you're
It's
talking
a money
70 to
making.
$90 to go watch Paper Burn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's crazy.
that's crazy.
And see, that's what really pisses me off with this whole thing, and the fact that you can still spread it
Yeah,
with the fucking vaccine.
nothing's
It's not
changed.
stopping. It's like, sure, you have a significantly less chance of ending up in the hospital. You still have a chance, though. We know a lot of people that are dying.
People are
I
in the hospital that
personally,
I've seen
yeah,
with my own 2 eyes,
yeah. This
intubated
whole
and
thing,
vaccinated at the
yeah.
same
These
time.
people
Yeah,
talking about like, oh, I have the vaccine. I'm not gonna, and it's like
yeah.
I've heard of so many
Yeah.
people dying already who have the vaccine, and I'm not saying like I've heard of like in a rumor. No, Like, I work in a job where literally tons of people have said my husband died, and they are literally actively reporting his death at the moment. Then I see the death certificate and it says COVID-19, vaccinated individual. It's like, yeah, this isn't
Yeah.
hearsay. This is real shit happening. People are like, "Oh yeah, vaccinated people can't get it and die." It's like, "No, it's happening. I'm sorry to tell you that."
Mhm.
You might think that your little Band-Aid's gonna stop it, but it's not going to.
And
And
I
I'm
think
And
vaccinated, but yeah,
I think it needs to get back to where it was, right? It wasn't that they didn't give a false representation because they said the vaccine is going to keep you from having serious medical conditions for the most part. It's going to be a smaller percentage, you know,
Mhm.
that it's going to happen to you. But the thing is they took that as, oh, well, as soon as you get your shot, you're
We're
fucking
invincible.
good to go.
Yeah,
So we don't need to do masks. We don't need to do social distancing. We don't need
yeah,
any of this. And now they're like trying to put that back in place and saying, fuck it, everybody's got to be vaccinated because we don't really understand how it's spreading.
yeah.
And
Well,
that's the fucked up part is like, well, the science was there. And now it's like just plug the fucking hole because the dam is fucking leaking.
yeah. Well, my problem with this the situation going on right now, particularly the vaccinated against the unvaccinated, the vaccinated are, like, getting to a point where, they're becoming, like, virtually hostile against
Right. Yeah, no.
unvaccinated, and it's like they're, like, saying, "If you don't." I've literally seen this so many times, it's amazing how the group who's, saying that they want people to get vaccinated to keep them alive, literally want people to die who aren't getting vaccinated. It's a complete oxymoron. They're literally telling people that if you refuse to get a vaccine, that you should refuse treatment as well. It's like,
That
okay,
you
well,
deserve to get sick, you deserve to die, and all these
exactly.
things.
That's literally what they're saying. But the funniest thing about it to me is it's like, okay, well, you're taking an experimental vaccine, and nobody can say it's not experimental. It may have, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it's, completely, just came out yesterday. No. But
Right.
what I am saying is, first of all, none of them are FDA approved yet. And people keep throwing this shit around saying it is the Pfizer is FDA approved. No, it's not. They extended the EUA, the emergency use
Emergency use.
authorization.
Yeah.
It was just extended. The one that was actually FDA approved literally is being intertwined with the Pfizer vaccine. It's going under like some, I, I can't even remember the name of it. It starts with a C. And you don't even know which one you're getting when you go to get a Pfizer vaccine. That's how fucked up it is. It's so funny. So, you know, these people are saying that, people who don't get vaccinated should die. It's like, well, you should refuse treatment too if you're getting an experimental vaccine and you have side effects. It's like it
Right.
goes both ways. It's like the people who are here's what's even funnier. So the whole Texas bill that was just passed recently, the pro abortion, or I mean
mhm.
sorry, pro life abortion thing that was passed recently in
Right.
Texas. The funniest thing is, and I've seen this from several people, a lot of these people who are telling people you need to get vaccinated, and if you don't get vaccinated you should refuse treatment because you're an idiot. These are the same people who are pissed off at Texas for passing the pro life. It's like, so you're telling people that the government should be able to tell you what to do with your body. You're pro mandate for the vaccine, you're pro vaccine mandate, but yet you're against the government telling you that you can't have an abortion. You can't have both. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
It
No.
doesn't
No.
matter what you believe. Me personally, I don't give a shit
You
about
can't. If
abortion.
you're pro life, you're pro life. Period.
Exactly. But
All the way
but
across the board. And
exactly. It's like, so how are you
you
completely
can't be
contradict
selective.
yourself? Yeah, you can't say like, well, and not just that, but the government as well. It's like you can't say that you are pro government having control over your body by saying you are for the mandate, you're for a vaccine mandate, and you're for the government forcing vaccines upon people. And then in another line saying that you're against the government telling you you can't have an abortion.
Right.
That doesn't work that way.
It
And
doesn't.
then
It doesn't
the
make
thing that
sense.
really
But
bothers me
Right.
is how people continuously keep saying, well, it is a choice. You don't you you know, you have a choice to get the vaccine. It's like, Yeah, you might have a choice. The alternative is, if you don't want to get the vaccine, find another job.
Or
But
be
let's be
fucking
honest.
homeless. I
Yeah,
mean,
but let's be honest. It's a matter of
you
time before many of these other organizations start mandating it as well, private organizations. So it gets to a point where it's like, okay, well, if I don't get the vaccine, then I'm just homeless.
right?
It's
Or
like
it's gonna end
that's
up as
not
like a travel
Right.
mandate for your
exactly.
fucking passport.
There is
Your
a
U.S. passport ain't gonna mean shit.
exactly.
Your
There is a
vaccine
difference
passport will.
between a choice and an ultimatum.
Right,
There is a huge difference, and
right,
this is an ultimatum. It's not a choice.
right,
Let's just get
Right.
that straight. Just because you were able to tiptoe around the Constitution doesn't make it right.
right.
I
The
don't
only thing
care
that was a choice is the ones that chose to go and do it.
exactly, and that goes the same for the abortion mandate in or
Mhm.
the pro life mandate in Texas. I personally, this is just my personal opinion because I'm not religious. And this is personally why I can't get with the political party because I think they're both absolute fucking morons. It's like I'm sorry, but like you're just not going to convince me that a clump of cells is a living being. I just don't see it. Me personally, I cannot recollect any memory before the age of 3 years old. And I would like to see somebody who can. You might be able to recall maybe up to 2 years old. You're not going to tell me as an infant,
You
fresh out
remember
the womb.
popping right out of the hole.
Exactly. And look, I mean,
And it's
people can say there's a lot of people who they have great arguments as to why, abortion shouldn't exist. And I'm not saying those arguments aren't great, but I'm sorry. At the end of the day, my opinion is my opinion and you're not going to change it, you
and
know?
it's just that. It should
Yeah,
be that person's choice because they live with that
exactly.
moral choice.
Yeah.
But it's
Particularly
them choosing it, whether it be a medical condition or anything else that derives that child where that person chooses to terminate
yeah.
or has to terminate,
Yeah.
right? Has no choice other than to terminate based on whatever situation they're in. That still should be their choice.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
I see
mean,
it that way, and
yeah.
I lean towards pro life. I think,
Mhm.
yeah, there's a lot of people that can't have children that would love to adopt children. Yeah, okay. Well, there's plenty of children to be adopted.
But the adoption process is a mission and a half.
Absolutely,
So it's like,
Not
why
yeah.
absolutely,
which I mean, I get
absolutely.
it. You wanna screen these people, but it's like, why is it so hard to adopt? A good person wants to adopt, and it's pulling teeth.
Well, and
But
cost
yet and
too.
it costs an arm and a leg, but yet you have a
Right,
16-year-old who knows what they're into drugs, into who knows what, and they're being forced to have a kid, and this kid is gonna have an awful life
right,
because
Mhm.
she's forced to have it.
right,
So it's like,
right. Or they don't have the right information. They're just driven by hormones, and they could be totally fucked up people, and they're going off just
Mhm.
banging away, fucking popping out babies.
Yeah.
You
mhm,
know what
But
I
I
mean?
I think
Or I mean, there's so many different branches, and we're just
yeah.
definitely gonna have to hit this topic a little bit more
Yeah,
because
it's
I
true.
think it's something that we could all speak on. I do.
We
I do.
definitely
I think
yeah,
we could
it
all
is
speak
it's
on it.
a
It's a
it's
good.
a yeah.
It's a foundational moral. You
And it's a
know.
sensitive topic for a lot of people as is every political thing, you know.
Right.
And this is sad because this always ends up political. It's never really about it's not about kids. It's political. Let's be honest. Just as
Everything,
everything is
everything,
nowadays.
everything is
It's like I
political.
can't even say I need to take a shit without being like, "Oh, so you're Republican. You actually poop, huh?" And it's like only Democrats pee. What the fuck? Did somebody just get shot
Somebody
outside?
just got shut up.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
speaking of the devil.
And
Yeah.
exactly where do you poop?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's true though. I mean, like everything has turned political nowadays, and it's
Yeah.
like and the thing is, for me personally, I try to empathize with everybody, but there's just certain circumstances where I just cannot understand a person. I just cannot understand.
Where they're fucking
Yeah,
coming
where they're
from
coming
also.
from.
Yeah.
I just can't even begin to think about what the fuck did you go through to think
Right?
that, you
Or
know?
what the fuck are you thinking? Or
Yeah.
there's sometimes you'll be watching stuff and you'll be like, that's, you know,
Hmm.
that is just so far off the fucking wall.
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
Yeah. I mean, it's
You
crazy.
know,
Yeah.
yeah. So there's tons of that. But
Anyway,
we would like to
Yeah.
thank you all for listening in and please
Margie's
comment,
kicking us off.
I know.
like us,
Yeah,
and
follow us. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this on some more platforms. And if you guys have any recommendations, please reach out.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to get this, just a little bit more recognized on the internet, and that way we can, start accepting some people. We'll take not necessarily calls. I mean,
We might. We'll
we
work up
yeah,
that way once we get a little bit
exactly.
more of a following, so we have an
But
audience.
comments,
Yeah.
But
Yeah, well,
but
comments.
comments,
interactions,
questions,
yeah.
interactions, we'd love to hear from you guys.
Exactly.
So
I don't know if it'll be over the phone, but we'll do probably Discord because we need to figure out a way where we could get the caller clear on you know what I mean? That
right.
way it doesn't sound like they're calling in over like a speaker. We want the
I will plug it right into the
yeah.
headphones.
Yeah. I know, yeah.
Yeah,
I
just an
mean,
audio
seriously.
cord right
Yeah,
in.
I mean, there's a way.
There's ways.
I'm gonna have to look into it a little bit, but we'll definitely, we'll think of something. I think Becca's dying over here. For some reason, I don't know, her ears are extremely sensitive. I don't know if she has the ears of a dog or it's the
I
weirdest shit
get
I've ever seen because
claustrophobic and
literally
you're so
all of us are
loud.
completely fine. And she's over here like, oh, my ears. And
Uh,
she's
'Cause you're
like,
Well,
loud.
anyway, it's time to close for the
okay, yeah,
night.
we should close out.
all right, guys. Well, thanks again for listening in. And please tune in next time. We'll get another podcast out there for y'all. And hopefully you liked it. Let us know. Have a good
Yeah,
night.
let us know. Take care.